Yamunatira vanachari Yamunatira vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Panchatattva, 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 Jaya Panchatattva. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Maybe we can switch on the lights there also. It's quite dark, you know. So one light is on. Yeah. Yes, thank you. It's very dark. Okay, so. Bande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Tat Sakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naron Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirajet Nastaprayesva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naisthiki Madekabandhu Matsangin Madguro Man Mahadhana Mannistaraka Madbhagya Madananda Namastute sadhu sadhutadain ati nicha chotaraka hanamancha kadachinmam premnarit kanthaya spura. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Thank you, Guruji. Okay. So today we are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 12, Creation of the Kumaras and others. So we are supposed to read from text number 41 on the board, but Rameswar Prabhu told me that we still have not read text number 40. So I'll just read text 40, then we'll continue text number 41 together. Shodashiyuktho purvavaktrat purishyagnistutāvatha aptariyamātiratrau ca vājapeyam sagoshavam. Translation. All the different varieties of fire sacrifices, Shodoshi, Uktha, Purishi, Agnistama, Aptariyama, Atiratra, Vajapeya, and Goshava became manifested from the eastern mouth of Brahma. Now, text number 41 together. You can repeat after me. Vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni ca, āśramāṁś yathā-saṅkhyam, asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. Vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni ca, āśramāṁś yathā-saṅkhyam, asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. Vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni ca, āśramāṁś yathā-saṅkhyam, asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. Please repeat. Vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam. Vaishnavis. Vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni ca, āśramāṁś yathā-saṅkhyam, asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. Vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni ca, āśramāṁś yathā-saṅkhyam, asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. Vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni ca, satyam, asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Vidyā, education. Dānaṁ, charity. Tapaḥ, penance. Satyam, truth. Dharmasya, of religion. Iti, thus. Padāni, four legs. Cha, also. āśramān, orders of life. Cha, also. Yathā, as they are. Saṅkhyam, in number. asṛjat, created. Saha, along with. vṛttibhiḥ, by vocations. Translation: education, charity, penance, and truth are said to be the four legs of religion. And to learn this, there are four orders of life with different classifications of castes according to vocation. Brahmā created all these in systematic order. Purport: the nucleus of the four social orders, brahmacarya or student life, gṛhastha or household family life, vānaprastha or retired life for practicing penance, and sannyāsa or renounced life for preaching the truth, is the four legs of religion. The vocational divisions are the brahmanas or the intelligent class, the kshatriyas or administrative class, the vaishyas or mercantile productive class, and the shudras or general laborer class who have no specific qualifications. All were systematically planned and created by Brahmā for the regular promotion of self-realization. Student life is meant for acquiring the best education. Household family life is meant for gratifying the senses, provided it is performed with a charitable disposition of mind. Retirement from household life is meant for penance, for advancement in spiritual life, and renounced life is meant for preaching the absolute truth to the people in general. The combined actions of all members of society make the whole situation favorable for upliftment of the mission of human life. The beginning of the social institution is based on education meant for purifying the animal propensities of the human being. The highest purificatory process is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the purest of the pure. So in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, we are trying to understand how Brahma, he created this world. So in the previous verse, we were discussing about Brahma. He created different, the Panchama Veda, Itihasas and Puranas. Then he also created different activities, the sacrifices to be performed by the religious people to attain success in the human form of life. Therefore, starting with his east mouth, east, south, west and north, from each of these mouths he created two kind of sacrifices. From east mouth he created Shodoshi Uktha, and then from the south Purishi and Agnistoma, then from the west Aptarijama Atiratra, then from north Vajapaya and Goshava. Having said that, in the following verse, text number 41 is on the board, it is further explained about Brahma's creation of 4 legs of religion and the vocation for different ashrams. So he says, vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni. So these 4 principles have been defined in this verse as the 4 legs of religion. What are those? Education, charity, penance, and truth. Those who have completed studying the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in chapter 17, text number 24, there when Maharaj Parikshit, he met the personality of Kali, he said, tapaḥ saucham daya satyam iti pada krite krita. Means, in the age of Satya, in Satya Yuga, the 4 legs of dharma was established. Krite krita. In Satya Yuga, these 4 legs were established. What are those 4 legs? He said, tapaḥ saucham daya satyam. So here you find tapa and satya is there, right? But saucham and daya is missing. So you may find, oh, there is a contradiction here, right? In the first canto he is saying something, and here, when we come to third canto, he is changing his words. What is this? Huh? No, Bhagavatam is not meant to cheat us. Bhagavatam is definitely speaking the same context. So here, therefore, all the acharyas, starting with Srila Siddhar Swami, explain What is the explanation of the principle called education and charity in this context when it is referred to representing two other legs of religion? So here it is explained that vidyēti saucam. The word vidyā, education, refer to saucam, sucita, cleanliness. And then he gives a reference from Smriti Shastra. He says, kshatragyasya swarajnānāt visuddhi paramāmatah. So, what is suddhi? Sucita, cleanliness. So, he says, when it is said education is represented as purity in this context, so he is saying, what is that knowledge, what is that education? We can say it brings purity of consciousness, purity of the existence of the kshatrajna jiva. So here, that's why he says, kshatragyasya swara jnānāt. We know from the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, living entity have been defined as one kshatrajna, right? Jiva, who knows about his individual body, he is one kshatrajna. And also the Supreme Lord, he knows about the body, he is another kshatrajna. So in this context, kshatragyasya ishvara jnānāt visuddhi. This supreme purification is to know about the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. That means when a living entity, a jiva, he studies about the science of God and his relationship with the God, and he acts upon that relationship, that education becomes supreme purifying agent to purify the consciousness, existence, and so forth. Therefore, in this connection, that kshatragyasya swarajnānāt visuddhi paramāmatah, in this context, that education here defined as sucita, saucam. And in Srimad Bhagavatam also, in the 4th canto, it is discussed, saha vidyā tanmatirya. We will discuss afterwards when it comes to application part. Anyway, so the first one, education, represents saucam. Then the charity is dānam, right? This is also commented by the Acharya. They say, dānam iti daya. So, daya, the mercy, is represented by charity. How is that? Charity and daya, is that same thing? Yes. He says, also he gives another reference from the Smriti Shastra. He says, bhuta bhaya pradhanasya kalam narhanti shodoshim. Bhuta abhaya pradhanasya kalam narhanti shodoshim. Means, if we take the merit of the aggregate of all types of charity work, that does not equal to the 1/16th part of giving fearlessness to a living being. That means giving abhaya, avoiding fearlessness to the living entity, have been defined as the highest form of dāna, or the topmost daya, mercy. Okay. Therefore, in our society, we give lot of emphasis on to protecting cow and any other living entity, right? Every living entity in Krishna's creation, they deserve their sustenance, they are living in this world. So, being a human being, we don't have right to annihilate any entity, kill any entity. So therefore, this avoiding abhaya have been defined as the daya, and in this context, the charity. So then, penance and truth are said to be the four legs of religion. So the first part of the discussion we continued that even though in Srimad Bhagavatam there is tapaḥ daya satyam, there is no contradiction to this verse. Now, let us understand the next part of the verse. āśramāṁś yathā-saṅkhyam asṛjat saha vṛttibhiḥ. So along with their vocations, he created different orders of life. Brahmachari life, gṛhastha life, then vānaprastha and sannyāsa life. So these orders of life which have been defined as brahmacharya, we will not discuss others. There are also gṛhastha. But mostly brahmachari lives are also four types. One is called savitra. Savitra means the one who undergoes this sacred thread ceremony process, right? And for 3 nights he studies this savitra. So he is savitra brahmachari. Then prajapatya. Prajapatya is one who observes celibacy for 1 year. Okay? Then Brahmā is one kind of brahmachari who remains celibate for the time period he studies the Veda, staying in the Guru's ashram. And then last one is Naistika brahmachari, or we can say Brihad Vrata or Brihat. Brihat is one who is lifelong celibate. And of course he continues to study Veda and he qualifies himself in the science of Krishna consciousness. So he is lifelong celibate. So all these 4 orders, when we say that saṅkhyam, that means all these 4 orders of brahmachari life, then there are 4 orders of gṛhastha life also. Anyway, gṛhasthas need to find out that. And then there is vānaprastha life and sannyāsa life was created. And Prabhupada, in commenting this verse, he says in Purport, the vocational divisions are the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Then he says at the end, all were systematically planned and created by Brahmā for the regular promotion of self-realization. That means that not that Krishna did not have any work to do, what to do, he just created some kind of system in the society to create a disturbance among the people in the society. Like some uneducated people in Shastra, they claim, oh, your so-called creation of varnashram by Krishna is actually a disturbance to the society. Why? The Brahmanas, they have been acting arrogantly and they are underestimating the position of the Shudra in the society and so forth. So it's not that the Krishna created Brahmanical society, Kshatriya society, just to create a dissension among the individuals in the society. No, therefore Prabhupada is very clearly mentioning, all are systematically planned and created by Brahmā for the regular promotion of self-realization. That means in whatever orders of life one may be, social orders of life one may belong to, he need to know what is the duty of that particular ashram, and when they execute their duties properly, then what happens? Society remains peaceful, happy, harmonious living is possible. So therefore, when in this verse Brahmā is speaking, vidyā, dānaṁ, tapaḥ, satyam, dharmasyeti, padāni ca, is it so that this protection of these 4 legs of religion is only meant for the sadhus who are living in ashram? No. Bhagavatam is for all. Even if somebody who has not officially, attached to any religious organization, but they can also become the protector of the religious principles. Right? Here, when we say vidyā, as I mentioned from this Prachina Sambad, that it is said, sa vidyā tanmatirya. Why we are saying vidyā is also sucita, is cleanliness. Sa vidyā tanmatirya. What is vidyā? Vidyā means in outside world, any kind of education that gives vocation to people, they consider, oh, this is vidyā. You go learn computer science, you learn medical science, so many other subjects in the physics, chemistry, and then you become a kind of qualified person to work in a company. Okay, that is one type of vidyā. But in Bhagavatam understanding, that is not actual vidyā. Sa vidyā tanmatirya. We call that vidyā as vidyā, that education as real education which helps one to fix his consciousness unto Krishna. Sa vidyā tat means unto Krishna. So then, in this connection, that somebody who is trying to read Srimad Bhagavatam, or he is reading Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavad Gita, all these Vedic literatures, means he is educating himself in the science of Krishna consciousness. Then that is called real vidyā. On the other hand, people who are reading Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, he may be a Sanskrit scholar and he is trying to create an understanding in the factory of his materialistic brain. And he is giving his own commentary which is depriving people to connect themselves with Krishna. We don't consider that is real vidyā. That is not education. Actually, Prabhupada says that actually anything that is done which does not foster Krishna consciousness is a sinful activity. Wow. I don't know, many people, they may not, they can digest this kind of statement. They say, oh, what is this your Acharya is saying? No, what Acharya is saying is fact. He is speaking from the scripture. Any activity which does not connect us with Krishna, that is sinful activity. So therefore, this is a message for all actually. Even if somebody who is not yet connected with ISKCON or any other organization, you can still purchase this Bhagavad Gita, our Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada has given commentary, or Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktivedanta purports are there. You can read those books and you know how to behave properly, how to perfect your human form of life in this very life. And then you can become a protector of one leg of religion, right? You don't have to take initiation from ISKCON. You take Prabhupada's book, you just read, and then you will come to know what you can do. You can decide about initiation later on, no problem. We have no problem with that. Read Prabhupada's books, right? Therefore, in our society, we have started a very important work. This is a GVC initiative, that reading Prabhupada's books, right? In different parts of the world, different devotees have started taking the initiative to form small groups to promote reading Prabhupada's books. So you can read Prabhupada's books. You can help arrange small group to read Prabhupada's books. And also in Mayapur, Srila Prabhupada wanted to have an institution, right? Mayapur Institute is there, where we are systematically helping devotees to study Prabhupada's books. This is our primary focus, because you may have many other literatures available by your side, but try to understand, unless the tone is set in your mind, what a volumes of literature you're going to study is not going to give you the perfect understanding about the Vedic literature unless you have been systematically entered into understanding these Vedic literatures, starting with Bhagavad Gita, we say. Therefore, it's very, very important for all the people of this world today to take their time out, come to Mayapur. How long you want to stay? Only 3.5 months. Huh? So just stay with us only for 3.5 months, and we have so many qualified teachers. Why I am saying this? Because this is one of by you committing to this 3.5 months of study, that is 1 semester, Bhakti Sastri 1 semester, Bhakti Vaibhava 2 semesters, Bhakti Vedanta 4 semesters, and so on. There are many other courses also going on. By committing to 1 semester at least, I would say, you will get a taste. And you can also become a protector of one leg of religion. Who wants to protect the religion? Raise your hand. What happened to this side? You don't want? Yes, you want. So, very simple thing, right? We need to study. Therefore, we are promoting a lot about studying Prabhupada's book. Sometimes people say, oh, you people are just selling books. My dear sir, we are not selling books. Like you see, coming Kumbh Mela, our devotees, our leaders have decided we are going to distribute how many? 700,000 pieces of Bhagavad Gita. And devotees are collecting, donations for that. Why are you collecting donation? Who is going to pay for the printing? Right? Somebody has to pay for the printing. So we are collecting donations to print the books and we can distribute. We understand Prabhupada's commentary is the savior of the whole world today. Because the way society is getting misdirected in the name of so many things, the only hope is Prabhupada's books. So therefore, we can, help protect this one leg of religion by promoting or distributing Prabhupada's books. Then the next one is dānaṁ, right? Charity work. When it comes to charity, so people said, okay, we are also giving charity. There are 4 types of charity. Nitya dāna, naimittika dāna, and kamya dāna, and vimala dāna. Nitya dāna. That charity is practiced on regular basis. Some people, they have the custom of, giving food to some poor people. They give. That's a nitya dāna. Naimittika dāna. In some special occasion, they give one charity, perform the charity. They call naimittika dāna. That's not regularly performed. Kamya dāna. They have some desire to attain something in this world. They perform some charity work. They award charity. But what is vimala dāna? Vimala dāna also, you can say, according to Bhagavad Gita, it's a satyuka dāna. Dātavyam iti jad dānam diyate anupakarena. Means the charity which is given out of duty. Dātavyam. Dātavyam means it has to be. For a kshatriya, for a gṛhastha, they have to give charity. Of course, Brahmana, if he receives also many, so much of wealth, then which he doesn't need, then he also need to give charity. Brahmana also gives charity, kshatriya gives charity, then gṛhastha also gives charity. So, charity has to be given. Who should be given? Without any expectation of return. So we can give to anyone? No. Deshe kale cha patreja. Here the saptami vibhakti is mentioned particularly because the principle here is you give this charity to one who can actually give you protection. In that context, this saptami vibhakti is used. Siddhar Swami comments. I am not reading the entire text. So he is giving this explanation that we have to give to that person who can give protection. So who is that person give protection? Therefore we said some people in India, especially we have seen, they feel, okay, let us give this to poor people, they are not getting food, this person doesn't have shelter. No, that is not actually that these people by accepting your charity, they cannot give you protection. Therefore, the actual charity performance is described in, I think, in some other Purana. It says, Jadishwara Prinanartham Brahma Vitsu Pradiyate. Jat Ishwara Prinanartham Brahma Vitsu Pradiyate. Who you should give the charity? To a Brahmavit person, one who knows Brahma. And why? Ishwara Pranartham, for the pleasure of the Lord. So therefore, in ISKCON, for different spiritual activities like protecting the cow, distributing prasadam, right? Like we are also distributing education. In Mayapur Institute, we are also inviting dānaṁ, charity. Why? Because we need to create some facilities to build the campus so that devotees can come, they will stay, they can study nicely in a very nice protected environment. So these are the places you should distribute, right? In one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada, he explains that the leaders of the rich men, if the leaders and the rich men of the society spend 50% of their accumulated wealth educating people in God consciousness, the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam, certainly there will prevail peace, prosperity and harmony in society. That means we are actually helping people to study Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all these Vaishnava literatures. If you have capacity, please come forward, help us. We together help protect the leg of religion. By you giving donation to Mayapur Institute, you are protecting two religions. We are giving education, also the charity is performed, daya is cultivated there through this education program. Two legs are automatically protected. And of course, as they study Srimad Bhagavatam, they learn how to perform the penance, right? What is that penance? Penance means our devotees, they follow four everyday principles, right? They fast on Ekadashi day, they don't eat anything, whatever they want on Ekadashi. Even though grain is prasadam, still we avoid. This is penance actually, kind of austerity. Every day, waking up Mangalarti, chanting 16 rounds, these are penances. And that's how they are becoming very much self-controlled. So in that way, this is also helping. And then another one is truthfulness. When devotees, they study Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, they know that my words and actions must be in alignment with Krishna's teaching. That is what we are teaching in the classroom atmosphere. That means by giving charity to Mayapur Institute, you are actually protecting four legs of religion. Okay? So, Prabhupada wanted all devotees in ISKCON should be a perfect sadhaka, they should study his books, and when we become austere, we can be a proper practitioner of Krishna consciousness, we can save ourselves and we can help others to remain protected from the illusory energy of the Lord. So, in the context of this austerity also, I was thinking to speak on something, to bring to your attention. This is for us, the devotees who are living in the organization. When it comes to austerity, we speak austerity, just like I spoke something about, following four devotees principles, chanting 16 rounds. But there is also an important principle we need to understand. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, penance of speech, right? And you can perform the penance for the body, right? Deva dvija guru prajna pujanam. When you, so when you respect Deva Dvija Guru Prajna, in this society we have got, and also Bhakya, the speech of, the austerity of speech, Anudbega Karam Bhakyam Satyam Priyam Hitam Chajat. Why I am bringing this into this discussion? Because this is also because we are speaking about the penance, protecting the legs of religion. How we can be an instrument within our society to protect at least this leg of religion within the society. Of course, it also be kind of, in broader sense, it is also protected outside of the society. Anudbega karam bhakyam. Nowadays, it has become a very common practice, even in devotee society, that somebody is always kind of bad-mouthing somebody else who does not like him. Why? Why do you do that? If you come across such a devotee who is unnecessarily trying to bad-mouth somebody, you know or don't know, just don't entertain this kind of practice in the society. You are actually harming, you are breaking the leg of religion. One leg of religion is broken by such an attempt. Why do you do that, being a devotee in Krishna consciousness? You say something to somebody who you feel he is so dear to you, but some or other, one day, the message is reaching to the concerned person. He is getting udvega, he is being fanned by your so-called, gossip. Why do you do that? And of course, when we say there are some qualified devotees in the organization who may be in the platform of Deva or Dvija, they may be Guru, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Prajna, means who are learned, they know scripture, then Pujanam. Pujanam does not mean here that you go with the arti plate and you offer, arati to him. No. Respect. You must respect these personalities. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita it says that if you don't protect maryada, then you cannot protect religion. Dharmer rakshan. Maryada rakshan na hoile na hoy dharmer rakshan. If you cannot protect maryada, in this context, maryada means you respect that person who deserves that kind of respect. You don't badmouth. That is also one type of penance that our devotees need to practice. And then what happens? We together protect these four legs of religion, society becomes stronger day by day, and we push forward this mission to fulfill the desire of our founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. So you have any question or comment? We have, yes.
Thank you for condensing this topic of what is religion, and how does each leg relate to each varna, and how does each leg relate to each ashram, and how do we protect each leg in our varna or in our... I think we would need the rest of the day to ask questions, because you're leaving us with so much information. I mean, I really have like a day's worth of questions. But so that's good. That's a good class that we want more. So thank you. Hare Krishna.
You are so kind to me, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your valuable comment. Yeah, Bhagavatam is meant for... give Mataji. She wanted to ask something.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, this wonderful class. My question, when Rupa Goswami donate his Lakshmi, he 50% donate for poor Vaishnavas. And I many time thinking, why he not donate for building temple? So why to him this is so important? Support, give support to very poor.
No, who said to the poor? See, Vaishnavas are not poor, Mataji. Kunti Maharani says, Namo kinchana vittaya nivratta gunavrittaye atma ramaya santaya kaivalya pataye namaha. There we should understand the definition of a Vaishnava. Who is a Vaishnava? Vaishnava is a niskinchana, akinchana. Namo kinchana vittaya, akinchana, no kinchanam asti jasya. So akinchana. Means they are materially impoverished. That means Krishna is the wealth of such a devotee, or a Vaishnava is the wealth of Krishna. So when Rupa Goswami is giving his contribution to the Vaishnavas, see, a Vaishnava never accumulates money by his side, a real Vaishnava. What he does? Whatever is needed to maintain his body, he will keep it. The rest, he will use it in Krishna's service. Preaching service, Of course, feeding Vaishnava. In those days, even nowadays also in Vrindavan, they feed Vaishnavas a lot. Because sadhus also sometimes they need good prasadam. Because every time going to Mathura begging, dry chapatis, body is not getting nourished. Sometimes they cook nice, malpua, puri, rasgulla, kheer, so many items also they feed them. So, but anyway, he gave that, there it is mentioned that he distributed it for Krishna conscious cause. So then when you are giving to the sadhu, here also we say Brahmavid. Those who are Brahmavid, they must be given charity. You feed them, you give them, you buy a set of clothes for them, or you kind of, buy book for them, or help, print the books. So these are all kind of, included in that service. So in that way, I would say that, of course, he gave only for Krishna conscious cause. And on those days, now you see, Mataji, nowadays society is very much degraded. But on those days, it was not so much degraded. Many people who were following, they were truthfully following Krishna consciousness. Nowadays, some people, they kind of, have a, pretentious approach to Krishna conscious practice. So he did it properly, I would say like that. In Vrindavan, all the devotees, they used to live, and every evening they would gather in Govindadev temple to discuss about Krishna's pastime. So those Vaishnavas were living in Vrindavan. If you see other things also that in Vrindavan, who were living at that time, then we can understand. Even in Bengal also on those days, there are some kind of, highly qualified Vaishnavas. And Rupa Goswami definitely he associated with Vaishnavas, not Sahajiya people. That is not Rupa Goswami. Yes. I
just wanted to follow up what Mandaji was asking with something that Prabhupada told us many decades ago. When we were developing, just my experience, this Los Angeles temple community, it had at one point 500 devotees, different families and so on. And sometimes there would be criticism that people thought when we were giving maintenance in exchange for service, that was like a salary, and that was somehow against bhakti, or the principles of bhakti. And Prabhupada answered it very directly. He said, if you give your life to Krishna, of course we'll give you maintenance, make sure you have prasadam, a place to live. Prabhupada just dismissed all. It was a bunch of sannyasis traveling all over America who were really criticizing this development in LA, and Prabhupada just waved his hand and said, of course we're going to maintain devotees. They're working full-time for the press, full-time for the deities, full-time for Sankirtan, and they should not have to worry about where their rent is, if the rent is covered or not. So that's good management from the temple that the devotees live in, that they connect with a full-time service, and the temple is supposed to cover and not make them feel an anxiety about, can I even pay the rent? But that's just something we learned from Prabhupada a long time ago.
Thank you.
Hari.
Just, yes, I would like to add a few things here. You see, who is Prabhupada? Prabhupada is a genuine, perfect representative of Krishna. When he is representing Krishna, Krishna's duty is to protect everybody, right? Especially those who are connected with him. So now, following Prabhupada, devotees are dedicatedly engaged in serving Krishna. How can Prabhupada neglect their maintenance? So in that way, those who are dedicatedly engaged in serving Krishna, they have given their full life. Brahmachari, gṛhastha, vānaprastha, sannyāsa, we don't consider those ashrams here. Jai bhaje sai bada. In order to say that brahmachari bhaje sai bada, gṛhastha bhaje sai bada. No, jai bhaje sai bada. Anyone who serves Krishna is great. So he must be given protection. Then in this context, one more thing, it was running in my mind also, I wanted to kind of speak today, that like you see, we are speaking about this penance, physical penance, kaya klesa tapaḥ. Voluntarily accepting some inconvenience for this body, material body, is called tapasya. Now, there are some devotees who are actually well-to-do financially. They don't require actually maintenance from the temple in different parts of the world. I would say when you are living in a particular community near the temple, please find some time, go to the temple, according to your qualification, beg for some service. That will be the perfect utilization of your accumulated wealth, your human body, intelligence. Because you don't require any maintenance, then what you do? Okay, I am just living here, I don't need anything, but I can still go on fault finding who is doing what. There are so many people doing so many wrong things. Oh, I am here to kind of cross-check with them what wrong they are doing. Of course, this is material world. If somebody is doing something not perfect according to your estimation, what are you doing? Why don't you go forward to help assist in certain service? Because you don't require any maintenance. You are self-maintained. You have a lot of money. Okay, maintain yourself. Go help. And in that way, you are protecting a very calm and peaceful mood in yourself. And by you approaching to give a voluntary service without finding fault with others, you are actually upgrading the entire consciousness of the people, and society is becoming more grounded in Krishna consciousness. Why can't you be a part of that service?
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. We will close here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare